Okay, we're rolling again here.
All right, so we're really at a critical time on the planet right now. Very, very critical. And this mystery egg is going to happen soon, whatever it is. And Grandfather David told me that there are three ways. The Great Purification. This is the time of the Great Purification in here. And it began as soon as the atomic bombs were dropped on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. And they had a prophecy that said at one point a gourd of ashes would be dropped from the sky. And when it hit the earth, it would kill everything beneath it and nothing would ever grow again. So they realized that when the atomic bomb was dropped, that's what it was, because the shape of the bombs are like a gourd, like the plant a gourd. So, and this mystery egg, it's not known if it's going to be a good thing or a bad thing, but it's also related to the color red, and we definitely have the time right now to make a difference. It's critical for the continuation of life on the planet. We do not want to be following the ones whose heads are not connected to their hearts, because they are so materialistic and greedy. All they care about is wealth. All they care about is themselves, and they'll stop at nothing.
Anything else on this prophecy rock that?
Well, oh yeah, so this has been going on about 70 years, the Great Purification. It's been going on for 70 years. And David told me that there are three ways that things could happen. One way would be after the bombs were dropped, the first way, that people would realize how incredibly dangerous they were, and that nuclear power and bombs the people would rise up and be against it, and so there would be peace at that time. But that didn't happen. That did not happen. And then the second way would be that the people would, some of the people would start learning about living in peace on the earth. And actually, right in here, this fits with the Hopi-Hippie Prophecy. So the Hopi-Hippie Prophecy is that, and this was a true prophecy they had, and Grandfather said that at a certain point, 7 generations after the coming of the Bahanas to Turtle Island, and that's our generation, and Turtle Island is all of the North American continent, including Canada, and the Bahanas mean the Europeans, the ones who were greedy, who took over the land here, the Bahanas. So some of the children of those Bahanas, the 7th generation, would not want to follow the ways of their elders, and they would choose to go and try and find a more peaceful, simple way of life, and they would travel all over the earth. And they would even come to Hopi land, and we would recognize them because they would wear their hair long. They would have patch clothing. They would live very simply, and they would not have very much, but they would be very kind, and they would share whatever they had.
Feather, I need to interrupt for just a second. We only, for some reason, my camera only has 3 minutes left.
Okay.
So is there anything left on this diagram that we need to talk about? Because I want to look at the map if there isn't.
Yes, there is.
All right.
I'm not finished with what Grandfather told us about the Hopi-Hippie Prophecy, and he said that, and the Hopis would be able to recognize this for one other thing, in that the name of these people would sound very much like Hopi. And then he would say, it's no coincidence that Hopi and hippies sound so much alike. They both mean peaceful people. Okay, let's look at the map.
Okay, so I just thought we would take a quick look at a map here, and you could show everybody where I don't know how well this is going to work, given our light and whatnot, but why don't we look first at the part of Arizona where Grandfather was living. Actually, to give people their bearings, let's open this up a little bit more so we can see where Phoenix is.
I gotta look. I'm not reading it very well upside down.
Okay, so here's Phoenix down here.
Oh yeah.
And if we come north from Phoenix, you want to point out this pink area, which is...
This is the Hopi reservation here.
Right.
Here's Hotevilla, Oraibi, Kukutsmavi, Shungapovi, Walpai. Over here's Moenkopi. There's 12 Hopi villages up on these mesas, and
this is
9 of them.
This is directly north of Winslow, Arizona here. And also here's Holbrook, Arizona. So this whole area is the res. And I believe that Grandfather's house was in Hotevilla, is that right?
Yeah.
Right here? Okay.
Hotevilla.
I don't know if the camera is going to be able to see the word Hotevilla, but it's right there. And then at the time you were living in Reserve, New Mexico, right?
Yeah, well, I lived in several places. We lived in Reserve.
We have 45 seconds left, so let's see
Okay.
if we can find Reserve on here.
Apache Creek. Here it is. Here's Glenwood. And Reserve is just above that.
So you would be traveling then on these roads to visit Grandfather, huh? Back and forth?
Yeah.
Cool.
We also lived in Alpine, Arizona for a while, and Luna was another place, New Mexico, and San Francisco, and the Rainbow Gathering was up over here in the Gila, right on the edge of the Gila Wilderness.